I don't know if you did the thing with the we heard a sound outside. I mean, everything you do is like a thing. You know, one thing though, like what I say, geez, the conditions in prisons should be a topic. You know, the truth is though, like it's not a matter of like people have it was, they still have to know that it can't be the people. See, people, you wouldn't worry that much about the conditions. The population here won't be worried about the conditions unless they realize that because of what happened to what was done to the economy, since the '90s and going forward, it's that the mass incarceration is going to continue, and that it's not. See, I bet you when like social workers go talk to prisoners and stuff, like I said, the prisoners aren't probably aware. They don't perceive themselves as having been structurally adjusted out of the economy. So you hear them in that lockup show, like they'll say, like, yeah, I guess like I was hanging around the wrong people. This happened, that happened. I mean, it's like in the depression, like which is like what it's like for people in the lower sectors of our economy. It is like the depression. There's no work, but they may not perceive it that way. To the social workers, like, well, the main thing is to get you, why do you think you turned to selling drugs this time? And they don't. A person doesn't perceive that they were part of a massive structural adjustment to our economy. It's easy for me to say. You're looking at. I mean, there's a lot of privilege. Oh, I see. The economy was structurally adjusted, where such people like actually there is nothing to do like except you would get involved in the underground economy. That's certainly what people do elsewhere. Certainly, I mean, but the same structural adjustment came to their economy. It's just we're a civilized society, so we with a disposable population, we don't kill them. They go into like prisons, but they don't perceive that's necessarily why it's happening. So I don't know. I mean, maybe one reason like this sort of say this time around I'm gonna try to do it differently. You got like social workers of limited intelligence with no real awareness of political economy. Sort of like well, maybe we'll get you a job, like as a security guard or something. Right, and inevitably, I mean, you got to feed your family, or someone's going to get back in the underground economy. But like I said, so like I mean, the conditions in prisons, you can't. It probably wouldn't be an issue. It was what do I mean? The conditions. Like, does a person like me have any more to say than that? No, it's simply like it should be a more comfortable experience since people aren't really. They're making rational choices when there's not. It's a saying. There's something called rational choice theory. It's a part of the neoliberal project. Is like they know what will happen. That's why there was a major anti-crime bill with harsher punishments and things in accompanying with passing the free trade agreement with Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Right afterwards, like right after that was passed, which no one was but the only like activists were like aware of. They're right after that they passed a major anti-crime bill, right? Because you're gonna have to police all the social disintegration, and private prisons know what to do. Oh, we could do manufacturing here. It's part of them being privatized. Is like right, the same people who run them. They're in the sector that owns corporations. Right, naturally, it's called they're being rational under the neoliberal thing is rational in the sense. That's what we say social scientists like how sick they are. Like they're designing something. Well, it's rational to do this, but well, no. But I mean, it's only rational like economically, right? Oh, the people who own the prisons, right? I mean, then there's other people that say, oh, we could do manufacturing in here now. Obviously, they have no rights, so they could work for lower wages. This works well. It's rational. Um, that's why. But I mean, it's gonna keep going on and on. If people were to just say, well, then they should be worried about the conditions. Like you could picture someone talking about the different conditions. Like that's like a sort of you can picture like a social scientist. Like, yeah, we're trying to have a movement to get people should be treated more humanely in prison. If they don't realize that it's really not a choice. It's not a sociological phenomenon, and that it's just a part of our economy and the way it is until a major structural change happens, which all societies are calling for. It's a big source of terrorism from countries that are experiencing the neoliberal project much more harshly. We're a very wealthy society. But like when people saw what happened in Katrina, they're like, I can't believe this is America. Well, no, I mean that there is what Foucault calls a disposable population from the standpoint of the economic planners. It's just that was you got to see how that people are being treated who have no structural place in the economy. But I'm saying that's the same condition. That's the same way when you're intentionally making the sentences very long for drug offenders, intentionally doing manufacturing inside prisons with the idea that people that work for what would be poverty wages. And but I mean, why I say starvation wages, not poverty wages, starvation wages. But they're in a prison; they get 3 meals a day. I mean, I'd say that all you'd have to say is, given that, don't the conditions have to be better? But no, you could picture someone like running with it, like instead of mentioning that it's like accepting that it's part of what's taking place and it keep taking place. No, it's just a matter of like, you have to make the conditions better. There'd be nothing else to say but that. But people have to first be aware of like why the phenomenon's happening. That's like something more we could add.